Speaking of St. Louis, let's go to Busch Stadium. FP Santangelo standing by to join us for a couple of minutes. And a couple of things we want to touch with you, FP, about first of all, the nice blend, the nice mix of veterans and the young guys in this ball club that have them now above the 500 mark at 9-8.
I thought you were going to talk about me and Bob, a nice blend of veterans and rookies. But no, I'd rather talk about the ball club for sure. No, I mean, you got guys that have won at other places. They've been a great influence on this team. And, you know, when you have a young middle infield, maybe a young catcher, you talk about Wilson Ramos and the influence that Pudge has had on him. Alex Cora is actually, you know, taking these guys, Ian Desmond and Danny Espinosa, out to dinner to talk to them and influence them and tell them, hey, you know what? You guys aren't just here to be here. You're here to contribute. We're going to win this year, and you have to do something to help us win. So there's no time to get your feet wet. We want you to step right in and contribute to this ball club, and both those guys have so far.
I believe that you can win with young players, with the mix of the veteran players, especially up the middle. I mean, the strength of this ball club looks to me to be Desmond, Espinosa, and Ramos, all below 25 years old or younger. You believe that you can win with that?
Yeah, I mean, you want to have parts surrounding them that can help them out, but you know, this is a young man's game. You see a lot of, you know, veteran presence on the bench, a lot of 35, 36, and 37, but when it comes down to grinding it out every single day, it's about 22, 23, 24-year-olds. So absolutely, you know, I like the speed that these guys have. I like, you know, the fact that they hang out with each other off the field, the double play combination. I've likened them to a young Trammell and Whitaker. Maybe that's a little high praise at this time, but they have a chance to play together for a long time. And with Wilson Ramos back there right now, he's doing a great job. I mean, Ray, you're watching him. He's setting up hitters. I like the game that he calls. I like the tempo of the game when he's back behind the plate.
FP, does it surprise you at all, or does it catch your attention how well the starting pitchers have performed thus far?
You know, we were down in Florida, and they were doing well down there. So I said, you know what? A lot of times what happens in spring training stays in spring training, but in this case it hasn't. These guys pitch very well in camp. They've taken it right into the season. They've done a great job. And, you know, it's all about, you know, Steve McCaddy and Mike Rizzo stressing strike one. These guys have pounded the strike zone. They're very aggressive. And, you know, when you get strike one, it opens up everything else that you have. So, you know, maybe a little surprised at the stats and the numbers right now, but these guys have done a good job. They're one of the better staffs in the National League. I know it's early, but so far so good.
Yeah, they've been so consistent, FP, mainly because they're throwing strikes. That's something that they haven't been able to do for 4 years here. The starting pitchers have had a tough time throwing strikes. As a result, pitch count gets up to 70, 80 by the fourth, fifth inning, and they're out of there. But I agree with you totally. And those guys up the middle, I do think you can win with those guys because, as you say, there's enthusiasm and excitement. The bullpen, we'll just segue right into that. I don't know what you can say. Last year we talked every day about our bullpen because it was a bright spot day in and day out. And after talking to Drew Storm the other day, he even thinks this bullpen is better than last year's. Your opinions on that?
Well, Ray, you know this. All the good bullpens I've been around, those guys feed off each other. I think the starting rotation is doing that a little bit. You know, anything you can do, I can do better. You're watching them carve up a team. You're watching a good performance before you. I think the same thing can be said for the bullpen. I mean, these guys are feeding off each other. You know, you're going in doing your job. Now it's my job to follow you and keep the ball rolling. We talk about on offense all the time, keep the line moving. Well, they're doing the same thing in the bullpen. I mean, Clippard's been fantastic. Burnett's been fantastic. Storm's been unbelievable, and you know, there's some pretty good arms that are on their way too. Reports are Henry Rodriguez is throwing 101, 102 miles an hour. He's throwing strikes, so he's going to be here soon. I mean, there's a lot of power arms in this bullpen, and for me personally, all the good bullpens I've seen, I like guys that throw in the mid to upper 90s. I don't like guys that come in and trick people. I like guys that have good arms.
You know, FP, before I let you go, I do want to touch on, you mentioned about the combination of you and Bob. I do like that. The young guy, Bob Carpenter, and the veteran you, of course. What a great combination that is. We'll see you guys in a few minutes, huh?
All right, you guys, take care.